In the States there was Radio Shack, and in the UK was Tandy. Roger and Sandra Allen, along with Doug Simmons, were disappointed by the complex and poor ability to buy electronic components. So they started their own mail order company. They started in a room in Allen's house in Rayleigh, Essex in 1972 and named the company Maplin Electronic Supplies. They printed their first 28-page catalogue and then placed an advert in an electronics magazine. The first year was slow, but they soon gained a reputation. They originally sold electronic components and kits, and also test equipment, as well as some audio-video products like disco equipment and turntables. The first store opened in Westcliff-on-Sea, and the mail order moved from the house into the upstairs rooms. A second store opened in Hammersmith by the end of the year. By this time, the mail order side had become too big for Westcliff, so they purchased a warehouse in Hadley. Along with components, Maplin also designed electronic kits for hobbyists with a magazine, Electronics and Music Maker. At first it was published every quarter, and then later every month. I have a copy of one, although this is a best of. I had this, but I got rid of it and I regret it. I wish I still had it. I've incorporated one of these into my projects. I'm going to have to make one of these. And I purchased one of these, which ended up in my bass amp, and I gigged with it. They did some cool stuff, like this digital thermometer. Exotic components like this top octave generator. This is my bass amp. Homemade, but I've gigged with this for many years. Here we are inside my bass amp. It's power supply, just standard, straightforward power supply, but it's this that I'd like you to see. That is a Maplin MOSFET amplifier. Here is a 4-octave keyboard I bought back in the 90s. I made the brass contacts, but the plastic clips also came from Maplin. Here is another keyboard that I had that I chopped in half and built a 2-octave synthesizer. Every year the catalogue became thicker. The first catalogue had 28 pages. In 1979 the catalogue was only 10mm thick and had 280 pages. In 1994 the catalogue had 607 pages. The catalogues always had a science fiction theme on their front cover, with the cover art by Lionel Jeans. However, the sci-fi theme disappeared in 1993. In 1989, a new national distribution centre was opened at Wombwell, South Yorkshire. By 1994, Maplin had a turnover of more than £29 million a year and was acquired by Saltire plc. In 1999, Maplin launched its own website. In 2013, Maplin had planned to open travel stores in airports and railway stations, where it would offer a tailored product selection such as travel adapters, batteries and laptop chargers. In recent years, the component side was still there but smaller, and many more products, including alarm systems, radio control, etc. were sold. This is where I felt it was going downhill, when they started selling Roboraptors and the components were inconsequential. In 2017, Maplin had 217 stores and 2,500 employees. On the 28th of February 2018, Maplin went into administration. By the end of April, they had closed their website. On the 25th of June 2018, all Maplin stores across the United Kingdom had closed their doors. Could this be another high street store struggling to survive with online competition from companies like Amazon? I don't think so. Their website was pretty bad. It was difficult to find components. Their staff had no electronic knowledge. They were just people off the street. Maplin was purchased and relaunched under Digital First Retail Limited in June 2018. They still have the website www.maplin.co.uk. I'd like to thank the Rewind Museum for a lot of their information and for their pictures of the covers of the Maplin catalogues. They're a non-profit organisation, and you can find them on www.rewindmuseum.com.